Henry Riley is here with what was never intended to be a series, Henry.
Oh.
I was joking when I said we must do this more often. Last time you were here, you were sharing with us details of some erotic fiction written by a Reform UK politician. I notice you now have the entire book with you.
I do, and it was an absolute bargain at £12 from Waterstones, let me tell you, James.
I sold at least one copy.
Yeah, well, and some of the reviews on there are quite good. Just to obviously circle back and remind people, this is Councillor Rob Ford. He brought this up himself. This was him speaking a few weeks ago.
A few days ago, I discovered so-called complaints against me, all relating to my novel writing. It's astonishing that my name can be defamed simply because I wrote an erotic novel and got it published by a major company. And I then mentioned it to a few people in the building behind me.
In Kent, this is Councillor Rob Ford.
Yes, the place where we all know you can find out how a Reform UK government would perform by having a look at how they perform in Kent. Luke in Sevenoaks earlier in the programme, very keen to see Reform in charge, but he already knows what happens when they're in charge because he lives in Kent.
They've lost 8 of their 56 councillors, now down to 48. They've lost 15% of their councillors, one every 27 days in Kent.
One every 27 days, yes.
I've got the book. I have to say, there's erotic fiction.
You can't say a lot of this stuff, mate. Well, I've got this with me. I don't know if... Should I hold it up? Because then people could, zoom in on... I mean, I don't know what the rules are. I've got the Ofcom list of words that you're not allowed to say on the radio. But just to be clear, this is part 2 of erotic fiction written by Reform UK politicians, and we're still essentially dancing around part 1. How fruity
Can I show
is
you
it?
that? But there's a bit with a star and a bit I've sort of highlighted
Thank
there.
you, mate. Yeah, here we go.
But the bit with the star's definitely out of the question, I think.
Sugar.
Yeah. A bit more than that, actually, there.
Okay. I can't. You can't do any of... No.
But there's one bit on the other side.
It's never ending.
I was going to try...
Here?
Yeah, there's another post-it note. Sorry, I've got... Well, it's all sort of muddled, isn't it?
Yelping and bashing the bed sheets with her hands, she wraps the sheets around... What? You're telling me off now? I've got the Ofcom list in front of me. I'm checking the words.
I found some passages.
This is filth. This is absolute filth.
I've got some good news for you as well, James.
Yes.
If you go right to the back of the book, there's a part 2 imminent.
Oh, well,
well, not
goodness.
imminent, but there's a part 2 tease. So Diaries of a Colourful Life Asia. I think it's the last page. So we may well be getting an update. And this is a sort of nom de guerre as well, because Councillor Rob Ford.
Yes.
It's about a man called Rob, but obviously it's not based. It's
not him.
R.W. Mitson is the author.
Right. So Rob is the hero and the author, but they're 2 different Robs.
They're 2 different Robs.
And he's off to Thailand.
Well, I've been studying this, James. Should I read you? I've got.
I'm worried now. Eleanor's barking in my ear about inappropriate language. I've got the Ofcom thing here. We can't go. We can go mild, can we?
I think this is. I've checked this with Keith.
Okay.
Eyes icy blue. She took my hand. Are you coming? She whispered in my ear with a warm, sexy voice. My body trembled with a lustful craving, so I decided to follow her. I wanted to kiss her. Yes, I pursed my lips as I shut my eyes, and quickly she pecked me on the lips.
It's the worst idea I've ever had. Stop it.
This is my big sliding doors moment, James. Jim opened a second bottle of champagne, spraying it all over us as the girls screamed loudly with joy. Sitting back in the hot tub with 2 sexy women on each side of me, my arms resting on the rim of the hot tub and my head tilted back. As I stared up at the stairs, I saw... Anyways, that's one of the bit. There's one other bit, I think, which is fine as well. That bit I definitely can't read. Sorry, I've actually lost the right bit. Here we go. No,
no, not that. No,
no. Is that bit all right that I've highlighted or not?
This is enormous. No!
Okay, well, let's
Good
not
Lord!
Do that.
Right, part 2 of...
Part 2.
Who knew that people are trying to get me into trouble on this one. Somebody, Julian's been in touch. Say, James, can you read the list of words you're not allowed to say so that we can all be very careful not to use them when we ring in? Thank you, Julian. I won't be doing some of these words. I don't even know what they mean. But there is a part 2 of erotic fiction written by Reform UK politicians. Who knew?
This is Nadine Dorries.
Oh, no.
A 2015 book, A Girl Called Eleonora.
Yes.
And here we go. In fact, I'm not going to read that one. Her nails clawed at his back and her teeth sank into his lips until he felt his own blood, mixed with hers, sip into his mouth. The pain was exquisite until an explosion of light engulfed him as he closed his eyes and screamed out in ecstasy. He saw a beautiful young woman with flaming red hair and green eyes, and she was somewhere in the future smiling down. This is another bit as well, separate part, A Girl from Eleonora.
Hang on, Andy's been in touch. He says, please get him to stop.
OK. Sorry, Andy.
Melanie wants to know, will Henry be doing the audio book?
Nadine Dorries actually voiced some of them, some of the audiobooks. Hadn't done this one. Her lips encased him, thank you, Keith, sending his senses reeling as her hair slipped and fanned out. In fact, I'm going to cut that one short, actually.
Yeah, thank you.
And there was one last bit. He would take what he wanted, how he wanted, as was the way with all the men of Ballyford. He was his father's son. She would not dominate him. Her part of anatomy, cold and firm, pressed hard into his chests, and her wasted skeletal hips, sharp as knives, jabbed into his own soft flesh. So there's lots to go on.
So that's part 2 of a series that was never supposed to extend beyond part 1, erotic fiction written by Reform UK politicians. Is it true that there is a part 3?
We've got a third one, which is incredible. So
Are you serious?
Dr. David Bull, who is the chairman of Reform.
Right.
He's the one who he believes in ghosts. He used to sort of be a paranormal presenter, TV doctor. Cool and Celibate, Sex or No Sex is the name of the title. And
is it erotic fiction or is it a sort of self-help book?
It's a...
Could be both.
Here is the first book of a new type of girl and boy power, one that encourages
don't spoil
understanding.
it. This is all coming
respect.
up in the next episode.
Yeah, sorry.
We've got a name for it.
That's the bio. Cool and Celibate, Sex or No Sex, and it's currently sitting in my Amazon basket.
So that's next week's episode. Have we got a name for this feature? Erotic fiction by Reform UK politicians or 50 Shades of Farage?
Very good.
Thank you very much. I stole that off text. I don't know who sent that in, but they deserve the credit, not me.